I'm Nikki Boyer, and I'm an actress and a host and a podcaster. And Anthony and I have been going back and forth via Twitter for a really long time, so I feel like we kind of know each other in a weird way. But I currently host a daily podcast on Wondery called The Daily Smile, which is about good news. We could use a little of that each day in our lives. And then I also hosted and created the podcast called Dying for Sex, which is about my friend Molly, who was diagnosed with stage 4 breast cancer, and sort of her journey of sexuality and finding out who she was in light of her diagnosis. And it's a beautiful series. It's 6 episodes, but it's called Dying for Sex, and it's on Wondery. So that's what I do, and I'm an actress as well. I do film and television.
Yeah, to be hon- to be honest, I didn't know that you did film until a couple months after listening to your podcast.
Oh, really? Yeah, I mean, it's funny, Anthony. I've been around for a while. I'm kind of old. So I've been working since I was about 15 years old. So I love to work. I love to do on-camera work. I did the Wendy Williams show a bunch of times. I'm a regular on her show. I hosted a show years ago on Yahoo called Daytime in No Time, where we would basically show you all the fun clips that you missed from daytime television in like a 3-minute episode. So I did that for a long time. I've been working for a long time in this business, and I've really been lucky to have found work along the way.
So, who inspired you to get into entertainment then? Like, what was that person that inspired you?
That's such a good question, because I think it started with my family, right? Like my mom and dad really urging me to do what I loved to do. And putting up with a crazy schedule as a kid. I was going to soccer practice and acting and dancing and play rehearsal, and they just really supported me. But when I got my first job in television, I was only 15 years old. And I was the host of like the cartoon time, like when the cartoons are on and then the screen slides over and then the credits are rolling. Well, the other side of the screen would be these live fun things that we would do from a kid's clubhouse. So at the age of 15, I got to learn how to do live television, which was such a gift. But my boss, her name was Lois, she was my boss, and she really kind of took me under her wing, showed me that I could make a career in television, showed me how to um, work with kids, how to use the camera, how to use the tally light and follow the light when you're doing live camera. Because back in the day, they'd have like 3 different cameras, and whenever red light went on top, you knew that was the camera to put your attention towards. So I learned that. I learned how to read teleprompter. I learned how to produce. And this was all happening while I was in high school and college. So my mentor and my inspiration really was my boss, Lois, because she helped me through something I don't think I would have been able to figure out on my own.
Yeah, because you had a mentor, yeah. Did that sort of stop people taking advantage of you? Because I can imagine when you first break into the entertainment industry, you have a lot of people taking advantage of you.
Yeah, as a young woman getting into the industry, I was a kid, and it really did help me feel protected and safe. Then when I moved to Los Angeles, I lived in St. Louis, and then I moved here when I turned right when I graduated from college. I was 20, and I moved to LA, and I remember feeling a little concerned about how to navigate this big city and how to make sure that I stayed safe. Luckily, I found agents and managers that made me feel protected and safe. So I never really found myself in compromising situations. I think it's because partly I'm a little bit street smart. I'm from St. Louis, so like if I catch you messing with me, I might kick your butt.
Yeah.
So I tried to keep myself as safe as possible. But that's a really great question, because this industry can get a little messy.
And because you obviously went into it quite young, did your parents have any concerns like going into it?
I think because I had done it for so long, it was such a part of my life. But I can tell you this, Anthony, that when I when I packed up my car and I basically moved to Los Angeles, My dad sobbed the entire day. My mom tried to stay strong, but I think deep down I knew she was terrified that I was getting in my little white car and driving from St. Louis to Los Angeles by myself with really no place to live and no job. I think it scared the crap out of them. So yeah, I think it was